Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all around the world, welcome to another edition of the London session. How are we, guys? As always, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Once again, looking forward to seeing what we can come up with moving forward here today. It's been a cracking week, personally. We had a nice win on stream yesterday as well. But personally, it's been a really good week. I've had some really nice trades during the Asian session this week. So we're looking to see if we can continue on with the really good form at the minute. And we'll see what we can come up with moving forward here today on the gold. Guys, you know the drill though. Please, if you can, YouTube, when you join the stream, you should be liking it straight away. Don't forget to do so. It really helps me out. We need to get those numbers up. And TikTok, if you could, smash that little screen for me. Your numbers will obviously rise shortly. In the meantime, guys, if you do have any charts you'd like me to look at, any questions, feel free to pop those into the chat and I'll be sure to get to you guys all shortly. In the meantime, let's quickly take a look at the news just to see if there is anything scheduled for our session here today. We do have some high impact Swiss news, so that could impact the euro. That's something to keep a little bit of an eye on for sure. Definitely if you are trading the Swiss franc. But for those trading euro, I'd probably be keeping an eye on that as well. Moving forward into NY session, we do have GDP and unemployment claims. So a big day ahead in regards to the news during the NY session for anyone who will be trading into it. Once again, you need to be wary of that. And as always, keep an eye on the news because anything could break at any moment in time to shift the markets. Meantime, guys, let's get started with the analysis. And as we always do, we'll begin with the gold. Actually, let me quickly just got to do something. We'll begin with the gold, start on that weekly time frame, and what we can see is we're still printing a strong bullish candle here. However, we are pulling back quite significantly at the moment within this candle. So remember, guys, what I said yesterday about not yet having any sort of catalyst to counter trend trade this bullish momentum on gold. Perhaps we now finally do, guys. So let's have a look on the daily time frame. I mentioned to my team yesterday when I was doing a markup and analysis for NAS during the NY session, I mentioned the difference between the two at the time. NAS already had a bearish candle close on the high time frame. We go back to gold, we've finally got that. So irrespective of the structure, irrespective of the bias, at least I now have that daily candle closed, printing a lower high, lower low, closing strong bearish. In fact, basically it is bearish engulfing. So off the back of that, I know now I have more probable chances to take any counter trend sell against what is a very strong uptrend here on the gold. Current daily candle got obviously created support and resistance at the high and low. Just going to mark in both those levels. And we're going to move on to the 4-hour time frame. Structurally here, we do remain bullish in the 4-hour. Nothing in regards to flipping structure. Yes, granted, we have created a lower low within the trend itself, within the structure itself, but we do remain bullish, as I mentioned yesterday, until at this rate we pop back below 36.30 really. So we've got a long way to go to do that. What we're going to do is mark in the most recent level of support. We'll mark that level in for the time being. Resistance, I'm likely going to mark in the previous level from yesterday. See, guys, if we do pop up, how we react to it yet again. So that actually is right there. That's a level basically I had marked in yesterday. We're going to leave it back. We're going to put it back in there. And what we can see on the M15 is we do in fact have a strong catalyst now to begin to look for sells, guys. We have the 15-minute structure flipping bearish. So along with the daily candle close, which was bearish, we have the 15-minute time frame technically bearish as well. So now I will be trusting sell options more than I would have earlier in the week. So what the plan is for me today on the gold, well, obviously Asian range high and Asian range low we have printed. Let's just mark in minor support just here. Now what I'm seeing is if price was to begin to pop below the minor support just above the Asian session low, we do have some pretty clean traffic to the left. So for the sell options, guys, I'll go through those first. If price was to pop back down to 37.31, that sort of region, begin to pop back below it, retest and pull away from it, at that point I will be looking for an opportunity to take a sell back down towards the previous daily candles low. And at that point there, if we have the volume momentum, we could continue to make a deeper pullback within this higher time frame picture. So I'll be looking for the sells below 37.3170. That's the first option for a potential sell. Now, within the current daily candle, we've recently formed resistance at 37.42 to 44. So price, we are attempting to make a relatively clear move up to that level. If we were to reject, create an equal high, then at that point there, if I was to, once again, if a catalyst swing price action was to present, I would look for a potential opportunity to take a sell back down. Looks like we definitely have the margin, but I just want to make sure we do have clean traffic on the move back to the downside. So if we begin to consolidate just now, it's going to make it a little bit difficult for me to look for any trades really within this range. However, if we do pop up only to reject, make a clear move up, now I will look for my sell options. Aside from that, potentially buys above 37.44. We do have this bullish wick, which is going to be a little bit of a problem in the 5-minute. But we'll see. We'll see how we approach. We approach with volume and close above 37.44 to be exact. At that point there, so I'm going through the buy opportunities now. We would have a potential option perhaps to take a buy back up to the 4-hour resistance. And that is basically it for the buys. I would also contemplate sells upon rejection of what was previous support on the 4-hour from yesterday, which lines up with some resistance from today, the high of the day. If we were to pull back up, sweep the Asian session high, only to pop back below it. At that point there, I would look for an opportunity to take a sell. I'll be waiting a price action signal to take a sell back down towards the current daily candles low. So that is what I'm currently looking at on the gold. I am more comfortable selling it today, much more comfortable than what I was yesterday. So we do have potential options in either direction by the looks of things. So let's see what presents, ladies and gents, and let's make sure we have a good stream. Meantime, don't forget YouTube, please hit that like button for me. It takes 2 seconds out of your time to hit that like button for me. Much appreciated if you could. Coach Bronny, thank you for the sticker. TikTok, g'day one and all. Thank you to the new followers. Just skim through the chat. First of all, YouTube, Gold Sniper. Yep, good morning to you. You'll buy Forex Tester if it's good. Yeah, it definitely is, mate. Honestly, it's by far and away the best simulator I have used out of all. And I've used at least about 4 or 5 others. So really good bit of software for anyone who is really keen on, you know, getting to the next level, which I'm sure you're already at, but you might be trying to hone in on a special little entry. Well, I know. Pure, good morning to you. Charles, watching all the way from Nigeria. Appreciate you, mate. Welcome. Rastafari, g'day, brother. Hope you're well. Paul, g'day to you. And Franco, good morning. TikTok. Let me have a look through the chat. There's a few too many of you to say g'day to everyone. But welcome, one and all. Feel free to ask questions. DS Nevek, good afternoon to you as always, my friend. Happy to have you on the stream. Bless, just call you Bless. Sell maybe, yeah. Today I'm a lot more keen to sell it than what I was yesterday. Yesterday I wasn't having a bar of any of the sells. Nor did I need to be honest. I took 2 wins to the upside. Took a win this morning in the Asian session to the downside here as well. The Asian session has been treating me really well, to be honest, guys. I secured 35 pips on that one before I secured the full position. Went off to the gym, and that was my morning. It was a really good morning. So I'm up, well and truly, I'm up around just under 1.5% for today. So pretty happy with that. Blessed with the accumulation of P de Lima, P de Lima. Excuse my mispronunciation, but thank you for sharing the stream. Master P, good morning to you. Chop Chachai, hello to you. Welcome one and all to the 90+ of you on stream. Don't forget to follow, don't forget to like, all that stuff. And YouTube, you guys as well. link for my team members. So how's it going, guys? Anyone currently running any trades? I'm assuming some of you are. Let me know how they're going. Fatih, EU and GU. All right, so I've marked those charts up and sent them into my members group just prior to the stream. So EU's almost tapped into a level of minor resistance that I wanted it to tap into before rejecting, but not quite. EU's a bit of a tricky one because if you're not currently running sells, I think you're just a little bit too late to the party. So you're probably best to wait and see how price reacts to the 4-hour support and potentially look for a buy option. Aside from that, what I would be looking for is basically price to pop back up towards 134.650 and look for rejection of that zone. I would not really be buying it above that level. I'd be looking for sells once again above around that 134.830, 134.80 to 850, that sort of region. So that's EU. I'd preference the pullback sells. In a bit of a down trend over the past few days by the looks of things. So yeah, I'd definitely be preferencing the sells at the moment. That's GU, sorry, not EU. Not quite pulled back to that level. EU, very similar. So EU actually has tapped in. But once again, if you're not already in sells, I think you're too late. You need to let it reset. So pull back up towards 117.50. Look for rejection of that zone. Otherwise, if you get a little bit of minor structure forming on at least the 15-minute time frame from the 4-hour support, then I would contemplate buy option, seeing it is a a key level, 4-hour level. Back to the goal. Rastafari at the break of bullish counter, low you took sell on gold. Yeah, just there. Reasoning, it's a price action catalyst that I've literally got it in my course, this pattern within price action. It retested a previous 4-hour support from yesterday. We had formed resistance. I wasn't on the chart at that point there. Formed minor support back below the resistance after retesting it. Weak bullish counter closure, upper wick, and then there's your entry. So off the back of that, and we're still bearish. The structure was bearish on the 15-minute time frame here, the execution time frame. Franco, yeah, Asian session has been absolutely phenomenal of late. Yesterday was a cracking trade as well. It's been a really good week so far. Carl, good morning to you. Hope you're well. Sketchimus, good morning to you, mate. Shop Chai. Unfortunately, mate, I cannot read Thai. I can't speak it. Hold on, let me see if I can translate it. For some reason, it does not seem to work when I try to translate it. So apologies, mate. You have to, if you can, type it in English, please. John, same setup, brother. Waiting. Yep, nice one. Shop Chachai is likely to go down further. Look, it could, but once again, we are still in a very strong uptrend. Irrespective of the minor time frame here, we are in a big, we've still got the momentum to the upside. So we are going to have these pullbacks within. Off the back of that, yes, we could make a deeper pullback, but I'm not going to predict it. Once again, I react. So what I mean by that is I wait, I have a plan. I've done my analysis and I wait for price to present at the level I want to get involved. And then I react if I get the right signal to do so. So for me, what would suggest we're going to make a deeper pullback is if we start popping below 37.31.70. If we do so, I'd be happy to look for a sell option, take it back down towards the previous daily candles low. If we break that point there, then we've got to look to the left. Still got a bit of accumulation here, 37.13, that sort of region to 12. 37.20 really, all the way down to 37.12. So that's another level that could be a bit stubborn for price to break through. If it does break through that, then 3700 I believe is back on the card. So not going to predict. Once again, I will react to what prints in front of me. Just quickly, everyone on TikTok, if you're not already subbed to the YouTube channel, make sure to do so. It's the exact same profile name. I'm streaming live on YouTube. You get the full screen, you get all the numbers and everything. So might be in your best interest because TikTok are a lot more strict when it comes to streaming, and I have been banned. Did lose this particular account last year. Only got it back at the beginning of this year. So at some point, be sure to jump across, please. No momentum at the minute on gold here. We're just stagnant within the middle of this minor range, so really just have to wait for the time being. But once again, we know if we do wait for our plan to present, we react accordingly. We know there's an 80% chance on this stream that's going to be a winning trade. So we're going to wait patiently. So once again, YouTube, please hit that like button. It literally takes a second for you guys to do it. Come on guys, you can do better than 9 likes. How about I end the stream in the turn of this 15-minute candle for YouTube if I don't get 15 likes? I'm serious. So 5 minutes and 50 seconds. I need 5 more likes minimum in 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Otherwise I'm going to end the stream for YouTube. You'll have to jump across to TikTok. How does that sound, guys? Come on, guys, please. Thank you, TikTok, to new followers once again. Well, 5.5 minutes, YouTube. Still need 5 more likes. Paul? Yeah, I never did until I realized it's much better when it comes to streaming. You get an audience on TikTok, you don't get an audience on YouTube for whatever reason. Or you can only press them once, so I appreciate you. Camel Thong? Camel Thong? Interesting name. S, I think you mean or B. At the moment, it's nothing, but it's approaching a level of interest, so we'll see how price reacts if we do reject. 37.40 for a potential sell, or we pop above for a potential buy. It's 4.5 minutes, guys. 2 more. That's just 2 more likes, YouTube. That's what I'm asking for. I'm not asking for much.
Hey, good morning, Justin.
Hey, mate. How are you?
Hey. I'm fine, thank you. And you?
That's it. Yeah, good, mate. All good.
Yeah.
What's the deal today?
Good performance at Asian session.
The Asian session has been absolutely unreal of late. It's been so much better in London session.
Oh, incredible. So,
Yeah, so easy entry, to be honest.
it was also an IC trade, correct?
No, not this one. No, I took it here. I didn't take it here. I don't think it would have triggered in. Spread may have. Literally tap right in, but often the ones that tap right in are the ones that don't quite trigger in. But yeah, see.
Yeah, I'm looking also on GU right now, more on the IC trades.
Yep, you might have it set up.
To the group.
Yep, buys from support. So yeah, it's pretty much the same as what I've got.
And if you look there, so on the screen there, so you see this big bearish candle on the M30. So from yesterday, the bearish candle. So and then you have the bullish candle and then tapping in. So this is for me also invalid. No, on the left side, more on the left side, more on the left, more on the this big wick. Sorry, this big bearish. Correct, this one.
Okay. Yep.
Look, so you are breaking and then
it tapped in and rejected.
Yeah. So
nice one.
And if you look on the M50, it looks different. So
yeah.
So there is not really an IC candle or an IC trade there. Huh?
No, there is on the 30. It's still valid.
Yeah, on the 30, but on the 50, I didn't recognize it.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, man. I just want to keep an eye on gold, but it's making the move just now, so it doesn't look like I can get a buy option either way. What we got the 30? It's tapped in. That's not valid. So it's making moves. So we're going to look for rejection sells, guys, because I can't get in to buy. It's way too impulsive for me to take that. Sorry, mate. Just wanted to pick out gold. Yeah, you might have a interruption entry on the 15 here. It gapped down on this candle. You may have one valid. Gold, wow. So it's pulling back down now. Let's see how price reacts to this zone, guys. Will there still be an opportunity to buy it based off pure price action, similar to what we managed to get involved in yesterday? For a buy, it definitely needs to close above. BGL $21, looking for a sell London session. G, if you give me 5 likes more. Yeah, I understand, mate. We got there, guys. Thank you. Finally got there in time. So stream goes on. All right, so 30 seconds. Has to close above for me to contemplate any buy, and then we'll come down to pure price action on the open for the next candle. But it sells that, quite frankly, isn't any confirmation just yet. All right, we might be popping back above. One issue is stop loss, so it all comes down to the entry candle. Let's have a look at the 5-minute here. So that's the 5-minute candle is the catalyst candle itself as well. All right, popping up. So no entry. I want it to pop back down. 25 pips still. Wanted to retest this zone. To be honest, I don't think it's going to be worth it because the stop loss is going to be too wide. Yeah, we're going for 1-to-1 there. It's going to be a little bit tricky here, guys, to be honest. First of all, remember yesterday we had a retest of the zone. Here we don't have it, so my concern is if let's just say you placed a buy stop, you've probably just been triggered in. There's still a possibility of it coming back down before it popping back up again. In the meantime, you're gonna be stuck in a fair bit of drawdown. So I'd rather not risk it and rather let it do its thing and see if that's the case, see how price reacts to this resistance for potential sell options moving forward. Not going to chase this buy. I don't have the right confirmation. Just quickly looking at GJ, I didn't do the update on it. I don't trade it anymore. To me, it's not looking great once again. No margin above the high to some minor resistance here to the left hand side. And it's just consolidating. I'd look for rejection sells, to be honest, at the current level, if anyone is interested. But for gold, we're likely looking for sells, to be honest, guys. Safari moved already from that spot with no pullbacks. Yeah, that's okay, mate. We look, the options are going to be maybe here A, rejection of this for our resistance for a sell, or B, price bouncing off this support for a potential buy, or lower down. What I really want to see is price retest this zone it's just broken out of, form support at it, and either pop back below it, close below support, back in a range below, or obviously form support and respect that level, and we pop back up towards the high again. Guys, just give me 1 second. I can hear the pups going crazy. 1 second. Alright guys, apologies. Just tell you what, newborn pups are so much more difficult than babies. A real pain in the ass. Alright, in the meantime, what have I missed? Stefan, can we target Asian high? It looks like it could head up that way, but again, I didn't have a confirmation. It come from well far below the resistance in the middle of this range. For me, there was no entry, so if you're in a buy, that could be a decent target. Just be wary you don't really have a low wick in the current candle. So if you bought it, for instance, just here, good luck. If you bought it from lower down, you're looking good. User, how do you think in 3766 for sell? Miles off it. I'm not worried about that level. We're miles off it. Just focus on the current level. Current area price action. Current price. John, for what? No, I'm not in a trade. There is no TP for me. Stefan, EU, I just went over it. Rather pullback sells. Good thing is EU's pulling back to a level to sell it from, so that's alright. GU potentially as well. By the way, that I would not, no way would have taken that as a IC entry, Franco. Just to make that clear. I hate that rejection. That to me is not signify strength. So I would definitely not have taken that. GU, I'd want it to pull back. Or come back down to support for buy. Same as EU. They're both pretty much identical. John, TP 3745. What for a buy or sell? I have no idea what you're talking about. 0591. So now no more selling. There's not been selling for me just yet. Well, actually there was during the Asian session. No, there could be some. I just want it to pop up higher potentially, or pop back down to support, form support yet again, and pop below to support. So, like I mentioned, like so. I don't have any reason to sell it at the minute. We're printing bullish. Stefan, maybe retest then 1 to 1. Retest is in this zone. Possibly, but again, I need a confirmation. User, it's not a coin. Well, this is a gold coin. This is spot gold. Manib? MT5. Well, yeah, that's what I execute on, but this is obviously trading view. G Solano, TP on gold. There is no entry for me at the minute, so there is no TP. Walker, is here entry, sell or buy? Nothing at the minute. Stefan, how do you know if the lower high is being set for daily candle? Whatever the low and high for the daily candle is at the moment is the low and high. You don't know. There is no way of knowing. No matter what anyone says, there is no way of knowing. There's ways that you could go about it by gathering data to determine what could potentially be the highest point of the daily candle. So for instance, I don't know, a friend of mine who's literally doing this, been doing it for a while, and he's pinpointing for the most part what is the probability of currently the daily high being set, and off the back of that, trading off the back of that. So it could have been set, but there is no way of knowing. And even no matter how much data you do gather in regards to that, it's not going to be foolproof. There is no way of knowing 100% what's going to be the high and low of the day. No matter what anyone says, there is no way of knowing. You can have a fair idea of the high and low being set, but there is no way of knowing for sure. Dave, calm down. About? I'm very calm, my friend. Probably the most calm trader out there, to be honest. Stefan, all good, mate. All good. Dave, I mean, that's the TikTok. You did not see that to me. No idea, mate. I don't look at TikTok at all, to be honest. Occasionally I skim through it. The only time I look at it is to see the analytics from the stream after after the stream. I see what's going on, how many new followers, or so on and so forth. I might have a look for like 5 minutes or something, or if I'm on the way to pick up the little one and I'm a little bit early while I sit in the car, but that's it. I don't bother with it. I don't really bother with social media whatsoever. The only thing I do watch is YouTube. And it's mainly travel sort of stuff. Not trading related. I don't watch anything trading related. Dave, it's funny. It's not about. No, all good, man. All good. All good. I understand. Yeah, I like to think I am one of the most calm traders now. That Stefan yesterday dropping gold was expected. There is no. Never have expectations. That's another thing, guys. When it comes to your trading, don't expect anything, because gold. You look at gold. How often would people have said, you know, throughout all this, was it expected? Was this expected? They would have expected it to happen down here. They would have expected it to happen on the next candle, for instance. Like, nothing's to be expected. So that's why I always say to you guys, it's important to have a plan and just stick to your plan. Follow your plan. If it presents you, and if it gives you the opportunity, you react. If not, nothing you can do about it. We don't predict. We don't say, right, gold is overdue a sell-off, so we're going to sell it off the back of that. Don't have any expectations, because as soon as you have expectations, a lot of time you go chasing. A lot of time you make really stupid errors because of basically following what you think's going to happen, as opposed to what you've seen actually happen on the chart. So important to be patient. And I'm not saying, you know, you're suggesting that, you know, we should have sold it or anything. But again, just when it's your time of day to be on the charts, just go about it the same way. Be consistent. Have your plan, and if it presents, react. If not, you move on to the next day. You come back, say, all right, gold's sold off. What does that mean for me today? That means there's more probabilities now for me to look for a sell, as opposed to what there were yesterday, in my opinion. So yesterday I made profits from 2 buy positions. Today I've made profit from 1 sell position. And I'm just now waiting yet again, waiting patiently. Stefan True. No worries, mate. Edgar, where do you think you will keep bullish for GJ today? GJ, I've not really looked at it much. The issue to the upside is you don't have a great deal of margin. You're running into some more accumulation here to the left, some resistance. So for me, it could, again, it could do anything. Not going to predict. I would personally react. What you do have though is counter probabilities on the daily on your side now to the upside. So as far as the daily is concerned, 2060 looks to be a decent level, 200.6. But it's got a fair bit of work, or fair bits cut through to get to that point. But I do believe if it pops above previous daily high by the looks of it, then there is a good chance it's going to reclaim at a 200.6 level. So just keep an eye on that. So this zone remains for the time being, guys. This blue zone. Pulling back down to it. Let's see what's going to happen. Edgar, my pleasure. Not a problem. Are you going to go long or short cap central? The minute? I'm undecided, to be honest. Got to be off in exactly 1 hour from now, because my boy finishing school early all this week. So normally finishes at 20 to 5, the poor kid, but this week it's 3:30, so it takes me about 25 minutes or so to get there. He'll be hosting the stream probably another 5 years, guys. You watch. Dominating. The gold trader. Obsessed in gold. Little 10-year-old kid. Alright, looks like we may in fact pull back down, tap into this resistance, so that's a good thing. We still may have an opportunity, guys, to buy it. But again, that was my doubt. I did mention it. If we were to buy it above the high of that candle, my one concern is that we've not yet retested this zone, not even on the 5-minute. So off the back of that, I would have preferred to wait. Yeah, these tops going crazy again. I'll leave it. Dirstenberg. He's there at 7, before 7. He's there early. But I do like a school assembly thing, like first hour. It's a part of the culture here. Alright guys, just 1 second. They scream like crazy again. Apologies, I'll be back. Alright, all is good. Just about, yeah, it's a crazy long day, and the poor kid comes back and he's doing homework for normally about at least half an hour to an hour a day. It's ridiculous. It's only in grade 4, so. All right, are we finally going to tap in? Let's see, guys. Let's see if we're going to tap in to this resistance. See how price is going to react. We could look at GJ. So it's back at the resistance. GU popping back up. That's a good thing. And so is EU. So EU is approaching a level of interest yet again. So I'd be looking for rejection sells if it were me. Wow, popping back up. It has a lower high, lower low though, so it might just sweep the high. Nicole, GJ for sells. Yeah, I'd probably be waiting for. I'd want to see at least a bearish closure here at the resistance. Looks like we're popping through it at the minute. Yeah, so if this candle closed bullish, that needs to be followed by something like so. Bloody pup screaming like crazy. Then I would consider it on the next, so on the next M30 that would be. Frustrating. expiry, take it day by day. There will be another session, another day to trade, live to trade another day. Yep. All right, tapped in. That's good. User, do I trade in Q? Could you check it out, please? In Q, I do not trade. I will check it out for you though. So bear in mind, this is the late feed. And what I'll do is I'll look at NAS because it'll be almost identical, and this will be the live feed. All right, so let's do a markup. Let's do the analysis on it. In fact, let's start at the weekly time frame, and seeing it is a Thursday, we are bearish. So on the Thursday, I revert to the current weekly candle or its direction. Off the back of that, that gives me my general direction on that high time frame picture. So that is bearish. But what we do have is a high low higher high, so that's something to bear in mind. High low higher high to the previous candle, so potentially still could flip back bullish. Daily counter probabilities are to the downside. Back of that, again, I'd be more focused on potential sells at this rate, but we are in a big strong uptrend as well on NAS on a high time frame picture. 4 hours also bearish, so the bias is going to be bearish irrespective of the minor time frame structure. Doesn't mean I would not be interested in buying it, but we'll have to see what we got on the 15 and where we are in regards to high time frame picture. So the 4 hour, we still have some potential for price to come back down a little bit further before looking for buys from support. We're just going to now delete this for the time being, and we're going to mark in a level just here for now. No, we have another level, 4 hour level, just a little bit lower down. So what I'd be looking at on NAS, there is no momentum at the moment. But look, if this was to present what we call at Analyze Confirm Trade Forex, the interruption candle entry. So if this closes weak bullish, only to be followed by candle closing like so, engulfing by a minimum of around 15 pips on NAS, then I'd look for a sell limit order off the back of that as price begins to pull back and tap into that bullish, weak bullish low. That's if it closes bullish. Kind of like what we've just done now to this bullish candle. We're currently rejecting. Otherwise, I would need to wait. I would need to wait for price to come back down to support and provide some sort of signal for a potential buy. Or further buy options would be seeing there is levels of liquidity here to the left. So if we were to begin to pop above the most recent resistance at this point just here and bounce off it, so that to be exact is 24.50 556. So it's going to be different obviously on NQ, but just look at it as the most recent minor resistance. If price was to close above it, retest it, begin to pull away from it, then I'd be targeting the high of the day. I think that would be a good opportunity to get involved in by seeing the high time frame picture still is very, very bullish in regards to the direction. Obviously the current weekly is pretty bearish. And aside from that, I would consider sells from the pullback in the top of the 4 hour resistance. And that's pretty much it, how I'd play it personally. All right, gold. So this is all right, guys. So now it comes down to, if we close strong bearish just here, still not yet any sort of catalyst, but what we may have is something similar to yesterday. So if we pop back above, it's going to be options to potentially buy it. Remember, this exact same thing happened yesterday, guys. We popped above a resistance, price came back down. We actually tapped into the range below only to reject and close pretty much where we're at now. The following candle closed bullish back above. And then price action dictated the entry on the next candle. How price popped up, then popped down to create lower wick, retesting, pulling away from the zone. And yesterday we set the buy stop above and it literally tapped into the target and then rejected again. So who knows? We might get the same sort of opportunity here today. Or the other thing we could look for is if we close weak bullish, for instance, or even if it's lower down, guys, because this thing is starting to drop. So like so, then I would be tempted to sell it if price began to break the low of that candle on the 15 candle following that one. So that will be London Open. The back of that, I would be interested in selling it. So don't go anywhere, guys. There still is a good possibility we're going to get something here. Sebastian, good day to you, mate. Hope you're well. what I think about UJ for sells. Really do the top down. It's very bullish and weekly. Daily, no upper wick. Looks like it could be heading back up to create the upper wick. Bullish. Our structure is also bullish, but it is at some strong resistance. So not going to be easy buying it into it, to be honest. Going to mark that in. Going to mark in. This is the most recent support. M30 is also technically bullish. So the bias is bullish, but there's no margin. To the upside, you're running straight into resistance. So, and it's a 4-hour level. So for me, I'd be looking for, going to be very counter trend. But if it creates the upper wick on a daily, only to reject that 4-hour level, seeing it is a key level, then I would look for sell options. Otherwise, pull back buys around that 148.550 or sells below it. Prices to begin to pop below, reject, pull away from it. So we do have some pretty clean traffic to the left, so that would be a potential opportunity for me to take a sell. The back of that, that is UJ. Just quickly having a look at that. All right, gold is still rejecting. Let's see. Oh man, these pubs, and the grandma does not give a flying continental. She does when her daughter comes down. His daughter sleeps most of the day. But otherwise, it's left to me. And they're just screaming like crazy and worry something's going to happen to them. So apologies, guys, I keep running in and out. What do I think about sells at 37.56? Yeah, my fair distance off that to worry about it for the time being. But potentially. That's me crazy. Just one sec. Right, so we really want this. Well, look, just depends. If we're going to push to the upside, we want to leave a long low wick and close well within this blue zone. If we are to look for sells, we want to close close to its low, followed by a weak bullish candle on the following candle. So they're the two options. So we'll see. We want to either close strong bearish near its low or weak bearish, and that to be followed by a bullish candle if that's the case. So we'll see, guys. Still not writing anything off. Still got a bit of time. Once again, YouTube, guys, if you could, please, let's get that like count up a little bit higher. Let's get it to 30 today if we can. There's a lot of competition out there, and I need you guys to give us a hand. So, liking the stream definitely helps. Someone just unclick their like. Thank you. There we go. Cheers, guys. Thank you. All right, so we've closed. All right, what I want to see is a weak bullish closure, because I'm prefacing the sells here on this candle. Otherwise, look, we still could get the buy option as well if we pop back above closing strong bullish, similar to yesterday. But we're not going to have the margin. But we'll see. We'll see. It'll come down to price action potentially at London Open. So I hope Selbro 3691 coming today. Fair enough. That's your opinion. I'm not yet convinced of a sell or a buy. I'm waiting. Just chilling at the moment, guys. You know, if we wait patiently for our plan to present, we know the results. 80% probability. All right. M30s might be setting up something here. We close weak bearish just above. Off the back of that, as long as we create a low wick at London Open, I could probably use that as my stop loss low wick if we begin to pull away from this zone and begin to break above. And I do believe there's a high probability that we'll tap into the resistance at 37.50. So off the back of that, that is now something of interest as well, based on the 30-minute time frame. So we want it to close. If it closes weak bearish just above, fantastic. So there could be an opportunity based off the 30-minute time frame here, guys. It's definitely a familiar pattern within price action for me to react to and execute upon. What that would suggest to me is that we have pulled back into the range below to grab liquidity from it, only to close back above it. In my opinion, there'd be a higher probability of it continuing up to the next resistance if that's to be the case. If price begun to break the high of what will be the catalyst candle, there's a high probability of it coming up further, in my opinion. So that's something could potentially react to. Thank you, YouTube. Finally, up to the 30 like mark. Two seconds, guys. Apologies, guys. Love how two-faced some people can be. It just shits me. Ethan, you got a sell limit. 56. Fair enough. Lurching yourself from 46. Alright, well, you're looking good. So, nice one. Rimas VR. No buy, no sell just yet. Waiting. if this flips to close back weak bullish, I'd be looking for potentially a sell at London Open. If we close back above this resistance, what that will do is the 30-minute will close back above, leaving a long wick to the downside, closing weak bearish. That would suggest we've grabbed downside liquidity in order to potentially push back up to the resistance at 37.50. So they're my two options at the minute. One, weak bullish M15 closure. Two, weak bearish M30 closure back above the resistance. They're the two options I can react to. If anything else presents, there is no entry, because I don't have yet a catalyst on the 30. If the 15 doesn't present, all I've got is a weak 30-minute bearish candle as opposed to the previous bullish candle. It's not engulfing, it's not doing anything really to suggest to me that's, you know, a strong enough signal to sell it. And again, I'm just playing to my strengths, guys. This is all outlined in my course, which is in the VIP group. It's all there for my members, and they will know exactly what I'm talking about. The signal here is weak bullish, closing the M30 back bearish, back preferably right near the low of this blue zone, if not below it. But it is close weak bullish. It's going to close obviously just back above it. That's still okay. Or like I said, the only other potential price action signal for me would be a 30-minute weak bearish closure back above the resistance here. And that would suggest we grab that downside liquidity in order to make the move up. So they're the two options. And trading is so much more simple when you just stick to a plan, knowing that that plan's going to work 80%, you know, 80% of the time, 80% plus for the most part. I've been in some cracking form, in all honesty, guys. So, and it's all because I've had the discipline to react only if and when the time comes. I don't predict. I trade boring. I'm not always in a trade, but I trade with probabilities, a very high probability.
Maybe I'm looking for some buys on GU on an open.
Okay, yeah. You're looking just above the bearish candle?
Correct, yeah.
That's probably the level I would actually mark. 15-minute.
Yeah, I'm more focusing on the M30. But maybe I'm looking also for sales at this area. So it's really
Yeah, if it does reject. EU is rejecting already. Sorry, mate.
No, sorry, no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's just rejecting that resistance.
Because I was saying that I'm looking for sales, and now we are creating a clean traffic to the left side.
On GU or?
Yeah, on GU.
Yeah.
So that's what's good, really, to have some sales in mind.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's at a good level to sell it from. All right, gold dropping. Silvio morning and yourself from 37.44, TP at 36. All right, looking pretty good. Yeah, it looks like there's a good chance of it coming back down to that level. I'd be at break even if nothing else though. Rimas VR, your group link, send me. No, it's profile page, mate. If you can't work it out, it's all there. It's pretty easy to find, guys. It's on the profile page. Just click the WAP link. It's all there. All the details are there. Any other details, it's all on the profile page. If you're keen, you'll find it. I don't DM anyone without you guys initiating contact. because I've had people accuse me of being a scam and I have no idea what they're talking about because it's been fake accounts of me, and I'd never initiate any contact and never ask you to send me any funds. I never ask you to send me crypto. I never message you directly without you messaging me first. So just let's make that clear. Guts, no, I'm not into the sell. I've not personally had a price action catalyst to sell it. Look at that. I mean, that did kind of tap in though, just there, but irrespective, it's pulled back to retest what we call the cluster IC entry at Analyze Confirm Trade Forex, and it is rejecting it. Good to see nonetheless. Yeah, thanks, pops. We must certain how to sell. Again, I've said it about 15 times already what I'm looking for. TikTok alt noob will drop deep today. Check 4-hour candles and fundamentals. Fantastic. Everyone's an expert. Everyone's an expert. I'd love to know how you all know exactly what's happening today. Sylvia, you could have buy last night before market closed. 37.20, 39. Well done. Nice work. Carl, if anyone has cash they want to give away, don't give to a scammer, give it to me and I will full margin trade or adjust the trades and keep the profit. Yeah, and then the first trade you full margin, we lose. What's the odds? It's like when you up your lot sizes. No, I don't know how many people have said the exact same thing. As soon as they up the lot size, first trade's a loss. Just to test you out. So we got London Open, guys, so there is no confirmation for me just yet. Yes, we're back below. It's not a signal though. There is no entry signal. So I'm patiently waiting. I remember that happened to me. Jumped from a 1k account to a 10k account, and I was literally trading a one lot from about a 10 to 15 cent lot. First trade was a loss, and I'm like, oh shit, what am I doing? Scared the crap out of me at the time. But it's all part of trading. Can't let your emotions dictate what you do, so. TikTok all new. I'm more than happy for you. Amount of times people come to stream and said, how many times, guys? You guys have watched me regularly. How many times throughout this whole push the upside, people saying, oh man, you have no idea what you're talking about. Gold's coming back down to 3,000. Mark my words. 3,300. Mark my words. And each time it rips through to the upside. So I couldn't care less what you predict, nor will I predict. But I am very bullish. In a longer term picture, I am extremely, extremely bullish on gold. But once again, I'm not prepared to predict prices or anything as far as where we're heading to just now, because I'm going to only... all I do is react. That's all I do. Not interested about, you know, a month from now or tomorrow even. Or even NY session. I have no interest at all of where price could potentially be. All I'm worried about is where we are at the moment. During the time I'm on the charts, and that's all you should care about. I've made it clear where I think gold's going in the future. 4,000 is quite easy, I think, really on the cards this year. As far as moving forward, I think 10k. And I'm not saying it's going to happen this year, next year, or 2 years, 3 years time from now, but I do believe gold, maybe by the turn of this decade, could be at 10k. That's my personal opinion. But just because I think it's going there doesn't mean I just buy it because I'm expecting it to go there. Again, have no expectations because anything could happen. Who knows? Mo, not long at all, especially through PayPal. Just depends on how you send the capital, how you fund your account. If it's through PayPal, it's a lot quicker. Generally speaking, it's within the day or the next day. It just depends. Or if it's bank transfer, that takes longer. Son of Norris, sell? Maybe. Look, if we get a weak 15-minute bullish candle here, I may have a catalyst on the next M15. Silvio or pulling back to retest? Not sure, mate. But again, if I need it to close weak bullish to have any sort of price action catalyst to sell. If it just continues bearish right now, I just don't have a signal to enter it. Not saying it's not going to continue bearish, not saying you're an idiot if you take a sell. It's just not my trade. That's all I'm saying. Again, I'm just playing in line with the probabilities that I know work for me. L'Oreal, Ferrari, wow. 30 bear, buy now, sleep for 3 months till last rate cut, then we land after that. You know what? I actually think there's more chance of that happening than a bigger sell-off, to be honest, but I'm not going to do that. All right, popping back up. Let's see, 10 and a bit minutes. Daddy Bear kidding? No, but I'm serious. I know you're kidding, but I'm serious. I think there's more chance of that happening than it making a big pullback, to be honest. If you gave me a choice, buy it now and we'll be in the positive in 3 months' time, or sell it, I would definitely say buy it. It doesn't mean it's going to be right, obviously. Anything could happen. Yeah, I kind of I was considering it just because I have conviction that gold's going to continue up, and silver. Considering just chucking maybe $500 into account and just literally pressing buy without a stop loss and just seeing where it goes, just for shits and giggles. Daddy Bear, currently don't do sells at the moment. Two, only buys and dips, then TP. Fair enough. Well, it's in a big strong uptrend, so it would have been working quite nicely for the most part. We'll see, guys. 8 minutes remaining, just over 8.5 minutes. If this does reject closing week bullish, then I may actually have a sell signal on the next M15, and that will be coupled with the fact that the 30, if we were to break the 15-minute low for closed week bullish, then at the same time, as upon the execution candle, if it did in fact trigger in, then you have a lower low, lower high on the M30 at the same time to that previous bearish candle. So you then have counter probabilities to the downside. So if that particular time frame, 37.36, looks to be a decent target, on the 15, you'd be probably targeting 36.35, that sort of region. But we'll see. We may still get an opportunity shortly. Remus, the price of gold has been rising for the past few days. Will it face a sharp decline up? Who knows, mate? Again, it's been more than the past few days. It's been the past few years. And again, you're asking me, is it going to make a sharp decline? No idea, mate. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't predict. Say it a million times. I react. I don't predict. Now let's remove that gold W from yesterday. Bartman, go to you. Yep, give it a like. Appreciate it. Man, tell us, OJ, will it go up again? I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. I have to wait and see. We have a 15-minute bullish engulfing candle, then we have a buy catalyst as well, guys. So again, it will come down to possibly the next candle, how it opens. It needs to be quick though, because I need to get going in at the end of this 30-minute candle. Aaron, your patience surpasses just trading. Oh, mate. I love her. Just one day, mate. One day, sit in this chair and see what it's like. It's all good. It's all part of it. Until it seems like so, maybe. Who knows? And shoulders, I don't have any hair to worry about dandruff. So that's what I think about heads and shoulders. Well, it does smell good as body wash. Ex-missus used to use it, so I used to use it as body wash and it smelled good, so. Don't trade patterns, heads and shoulders and all that stuff. Pure price action for me. Yusuf, no trade just yet. The only trade I've taken today was here. Sells. Dirty Bear, bro, we have the same head style right now. Can't call it hairstyle too. Yeah, goodbye. Yeah. Well, it is a head style, isn't it? There is no hair for it to be a style. Mind you, I do have a bit. I just shave it clean. You know, I don't like having, you know, little patches everywhere. So. All right, let's see. If we close week bullish, guys, we're looking for a potential sell below. If the close is bearish, no sell, nothing. It's just not my setup again. So question marks. Hello, mate. The blue box, is it a fair value up? I'm just no, it's not. I don't trade fair value ups. This is all about price action. So that's the previous resistance. I've connected it to that level there and that level, that bearish candle, behind that bearish candle. Above it, I believe we had some pretty clean traffic for potential opportunities to buy it. Didn't get my chance to buy it though, because there was no real confirmation for me to buy it. Now we're popping back below it, retesting it, potentially forming minor support below it. I may have a sell option on the next candle, next M15. So these are just zones of liquidity. Here, it's the lowest point of any bullish candle, and you can connect it really to the closest body, so to that candle there actually, of any bullish candle, because obviously bullish candles confirm support, bearish candles confirm resistance. So if I really wanted to right now, actually I'm not going to just yet, because I want to see if we remain below it, but I could adjust, or I could add another zone here for instance, and I want to see how price reacts to it. All right, what is the low of the current bullish candle? 37.40.01, so 37.39.80 could be a potential entry point. If it closes back in this blue zone, it's not a weak candle, so it would be no sell option. If it closes engulfing, there could be a buy option. if it just pumps, there's going to be nothing, unfortunately. Stop loss is more than 40 pips. Target is less than 20, is about 20, less than 20. To be honest, I'd rather reject and close back below. I think there's more opportunity to the downside as far as margin. All good, mate. No worries. Mo, what time do I stream every morning? Well, UK about 6:45, 6:50 a.m. UK time. And tell us, OJ, I'm in trade buying head and shoulders for him. Nice one. I wish you luck. Yeah, that's good. As long as you guys are following your plan. Me, I don't have a valid entry just yet. Need to wait. Got just under a minute. We do reject, then I still could have sell options. And I'm preferring to sell just because we have more potential margin to the downside. But we still, looks like we may still get the option to sell it. What I think about, but again, I'm preferencing the sell, but I need it to close below this blue zone. I need to close very weak bullish. For closing like this, there is literally nothing. There is no buy catalyst. The buy catalyst will be bullish engulfing. 5 minute looks terrible. Different to yesterday. It looks very different to yesterday. Yesterday was much cleaner, I believe, the entry. No catalyst. Alright, well, how much can we do about that? Look, I'll stick around, but I've got to go at the end of this 15-minute candle, so I don't think I'm going to get anything personally on stream, but we'll stick around and see this 15-minute closes, because if it does present, then I'll let you guys know what I would look at and what I would take. So once again, don't go anywhere just yet. And tell us for sure, but you never know. Exactly. So all you can do is trade your plan. And if that's head and shoulders, by all means, go for it. I just don't, again, I don't trade those sort of price action patterns. It's looking good in the minute. Pumping straight up, no lower wick though, so just be wary of that. But now has a high, low, higher high to the previous candle, so the probabilities are to the upside just now. And tell us, you think it's shifting back to the upside, you mean, or? Alright, I'm gonna adjust this zone now. Seeing we've closed below it. So there's not going to be buys above here at resistance. So actually, I'm not going to bother to the upside because I'm not going to buy it above the resistance. There is no margin to the 4-hour level, but I'm just going to shift the support because that's the level we want to be below now for a sell, unless it's up at the resistance. There are two sell options. Sell options are either going to be back below the support or back at the 4-hour resistance. Your buy options, in my opinion, are going to be back at the support now. And so else we had to pull back before. Again, fair enough. If you, as long as you're training your plan, we don't all have to agree on the same confirmation. So well done to you. And once again, I hope it plays out for you. And so it's exactly, that's all. I mean, it's the niche community. I don't know many traders, to be honest, so we should all just wish the best for one another. It's always gonna be trolls. I understand I'm the one who's gonna cop it, but in a day, I don't wish harm on anyone. I hope we're all profitable, you know. I hope even if I'm looking for a sell, or for instance someone's looking for a buy, I hope we both win. Oh man, these puppies, for sake. Daddy bear market is just so wild recently. Could be anything from that point until confirmation. Yeah, it's been a bit crazy, obviously, with all news events. But yeah, if you're following your plan and you get the right confirmation and you're just training based on that, and you know you're gonna, you know, you've got the data to back your trade, your trading style, your edge, your strategy, whatever you like to call it, back it up, then irrespective of how crazy it is, you should be comfortable with your entries and taking trades. So I found it to be really, I think this is my best month of the year, actually, to be honest. Probably because I haven't been on stream as much. I've been able to concentrate myself a bit for a change. Daddy bear. GJ, look at that rejection. Assuming GU also, yep. EU likewise. AU, they're all heading in the same direction. Five minutes is terrible here on gold. Big ruin. Would this be a good time to buy? If you think it is, then it must be, but for me, I don't think there's any entry at the minute. Some others are already in buys and they seem to be in profit. Some might be in sells and it also could be in profit. So for me, there's no entry. 30 is not looking great. Let's have a look at the 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour looks really bad. 4 hour all over the shop. Daily inside bar candle. Until, yep, buy for you, yep. Hey Ben, kept quiet, hope you won't call blue boys on me. All good, mate. They won't be around anyway, unless someone's getting murdered, and even then I probably won't come till next day. DGL $21, it might be just insulting. Just think you mean consolidating? Maybe. Mentor Sojo, fair enough. Again, fair enough. If that's how that's your edge on the markets, by all means. For me, I'm just not. It's not what I do. I literally just, I don't even see what heads and shoulders pattern here. I think you mean inverse, by the way. If it was heads and shoulders, you'd be selling it. But again, I don't trade patterns, so I'm not the one to ask if it's correct or not. To me, it looks like what they call the cup and handle type thing. You got the bottom, and the handle. It could eventually break out, but I think for that to be valid, it has to actually create a double top and look something like so. That's what silver's doing on the daily time frame over 45 years. I don't even think I can go back that far, but it's literally what it's been doing. I heard someone mention it and I had a look at it like, wow. I remember where I saw it on a YouTube. One of the analysts I follow. That's the other thing I watch on YouTube about just what's going on in regards to the economy, not trading. Again, it's got nothing to do with trading, but you did mention silver's been in a 45-year cup and handle and it's just breaking out, about to break out, which he believes will lead to a massive, massive rise on silver. Chicago waiting for sell today. Fair enough. I do like sell options, but for me it's just not valid at the minute. And then sell double bottom. Just here. And again, fair enough. I'm not saying you're wrong or anything. I just don't trade it. So for Abdi, again, you need to have a plan. It's up to you, mate. What's your target? Where's your stop loss? What was your entry? You need to have a plan. You can't just... I don't have a crystal ball, no man. How many times people ask me, do I think it's going up or down? I don't know, guys. No one knows. All we can do is have a plan and react. So for me, my plan would be for it to either pop back down to support, reject that level for a sell, pop back down to support, bounce off it for a potential buy option as long as I got a signal, which I didn't quite have just there, pop up to the resistance and reject for a potential sell. That's all I'm interested in. I don't care up, down. I'm just interested in my catalyst presenting at the level I want it to present at. In the meantime, I don't know if it's going up or down. When I will be on a side of a direction is when I have the right confirmation to do so at the right level. At the moment, it's in the middle. I'm undecided at the moment. Antos, thank you. Nah, not until February, so we're still got a while. Chicago, you're seeing it hand swell till it cleans up. Yep, that's all we can do. Buy an NQ. Yeah, I'll look at NAS because the NQ feed is delayed. Well, it's at the level to consider buy options. I personally wouldn't trade this time of day. So I mentioned let it form a little bit of structure from this support. Yeah, it's at a good level to buy from. Journey again, not for me. Yep, there is Dinaga, there is high impact news to come for Swiss franc. No, likely not impact gold. Might impact the euro though. Have I heard of the M15 London trade? Heard of some, I don't know if it's the same one, but... Alright, it's popping up. So nothing gonna happen just yet. So guys, I'm gonna get going because I need to go pick up the little one in about 5 minutes from now anyway. So yeah, I'll be looking for price to pop up to the resistance, see how it reacts to it for rejection for potential sells. Otherwise it's all about this level comes back down, forms support. I'll be looking for an entry to buy it, or if it rejects it, I'll be looking for an entry below for a sell. Again, just have a plan, even if it's not, you know, if you don't agree with my plan, fair enough. You have your own plan, follow it, wait patiently for it to present and then react. Don't just jump in because you feel like you're going to miss out on an entry. Guys, thank you for joining. Thank you to all the new followers on TikTok. Thank you to all the people in the chat on both TikTok and YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, for getting a like count up. Guys, do take care. Do trade safe. I will be on tomorrow from the same time. Should be all good for tomorrow. And Franco, I'll probably see you guys later if you're about.
Yeah. Thank you, man. See you.
Take care.
Bye.
And everyone else, I'll see you all tomorrow. Till then, have a good one, team. Bye, my friends.